We're back with another race in FXR, the brand new league on F1 2020. To date we start the second half of the season then with the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Now it is only one qualifying this week because we didn't really have enough people here this time to do a full qualifying, so it's just this one qualifying session. I went out on the mediums to start off with and didn't go entirely to plan there. I spun across the line on that run. I had been planning on doing a few laps just to get back up to speed because this was the first race we did after Christmas, but that sort of went out the window a bit there. But it didn't take too long, thankfully. It only took like a couple of laps really to just get a good feel for the game again. But this is then my best lap. You can see I'd had improved to a 25.3, I think it says. We were second place, so hoping to go one better and get pole here. As I said, we were missing a few people. We were missing Jono, he wasn't here. Ninja, I think he may well have left. Pink, who was also in the last race. But yeah, Psycho Swish, he's here, but he had a quali penalty. Well, a no qualifying penalty there, so he'll be starting at the back. So yeah, quite a lot of the main protagonists here, then not here for this. Well, this qualifying session certainly. So yeah, it's sort of looking like it may well be a bit of a straight fight, well, a straight sort of duel really between me and Pyro here for pole position. He was looking quite quick here though, so I was sort of thinking that P2 would probably be the best we could hope for here. So just wanted to try and do the best lap I could here. But I mean, if we do start second, then I guess it's not the end of the world. This will probably be one of the only times this season that we actually start on the soft tyres as well then, because obviously we didn't mark out qualifying for most other ones. As we come to line now then, we did not do enough for pole then. We did improve our time to a 24, but we stayed the second then on the grid, with Pyro then on pole. As I said, only 12 people here this week, so Psycho Swish, he's got that penalty, but less places for him to make up then from 12th, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do from there. And also if anyone else can get into the podium fight there, because we've got Hudran third and Korg also join him on the second row. So yeah, as I said, this is one of the only races where we actually start on the soft tyres then. We'll be going over to mediums. That should be quite straightforward because the tyre wear in the game at Silverstone is nothing like in real life. It's very, very easy here to take the tyres a long way, so we should be fine with whatever strategy we do here then. We're going from soft to medium. There shouldn't be really too many issues, I would have thought. As we're now heading back now to the grid at the end of the warm-up lap, we'll see what we can do about Pyro then, as once again then at Silverstone we're getting a nice Alpha Tauri advert in here then as we come to the end of the warm-up lap. But it'll be interesting to see what we can do. Well, I messed this up last time, but I'm pretty sure that going into this Pyro doesn't have a race win, so be interesting to see then if he can get that today then. He's saying how to pace in qualifying. We'll have to see if he also has it in the race as well, as we now line up on the grid. The last few cars now getting in position then. Psycho Swish at the back of the grid there in 12th. Now then, we're on the grid and we're just waiting for everyone to be ready, but Swish there saying is not ready, and quite a bit of time passed here then, about half a minute, and then he finally did leave. He's going to rejoin if he can, but lights are finally on now. And away we go then after what was quite a long wait on the grid, and yeah, there was no tyre temperature. I so nearly lost it there going off the line. Pyro had a much better start than me there, and through turns 1 and 2 he does lead the way then, and he's comfortably ahead towards the first heavy braking zone of turn 3 there. So yeah, good start for him, but an okay start for us as well then. We've managed to hold P2, and we can hopefully build out a gap over Hudrat behind us, as Pyro then starting to warm up his tyres a bit and nearly dropped the car there. I was starting to do a little bit there, but yeah, he was certainly really going for it there and nearly dropped the car by the looks of things. I think there's a bit of lag going on as well. Don't think my connection was too great here tonight, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be too bad thankfully. You see then the replay of the start, and yeah, just quite a lot of wheel spin going on there then as we head now then towards the first corner. Behind us a bit of an instant there, Williams went spinning off, didn't quite see who that was, but there then we see Pyro nearly dropping it there on the Wellington straight as he was warming up his tyres. as yeah, we've rejoined the action. Then we're just going to have to try and stick with the Alpha Tower if we can during this early stint, because he's looking very quick here. There's Psycho Swished and he's rejoined, but I mean his AI car isn't too far back. I think it's still actually in the middle of the pack, so we're going to have to watch out for him coming back through as well then in this race. As we skip to lap 3 now then, DRS enabled, but Pyro has built up that gap then over a second, so he is looking quite good at this stage then. If he can maintain that, we're just going to have to try and push as hard as we can to try and bring that gap back down, but we're already using quite a bit of our ERS here then, and also fuel as well, so we're going to have to watch out for that, and just make sure we don't push too hard, because obviously we already did that once in qualifying. Not much else happened actually during this opening stint, as we skip to lap 10 then, which is our pit-in lap. Pyro then continued to build out that lead, but a bit of a threat starting to come behind us then. Psycho Swish up to 4th place now, only 6 seconds behind, and he's on the alternate strategy. He does have a 3-second penalty though, so that could play into our hands later on, but other than that we had pulled away from both Hoodrat and Korg there, so we were still looking good for at least a podium here today then. As we come into the pits at the end of the lap then, Pyro stays out, Swish will surely stay out as well then. Hoodrat is going to follow us into the pits. Korg is also going to stay out with them by the looks of things. So a few people extending the soft tyre stint, but I think for me I just didn't really see what difference it would make, to be honest. So I decided to go with what the projected strategy was, which was lap 10, and I was sort of in a bit of a no man's land really there, so I thought I might as well just go for a pit stop there and yeah, just get it done, do something different to Pyro, because obviously I saw that he hadn't pitted there. And out of the pits we come then, we've dropped to 4th place then, having lost a couple of places there, but we should hopefully get those back then in the pits when they come in. But yeah, we're very much in no man's land at the moment then, because we're still quite a way ahead of Hoodrat, but we'll just have to hope we get a bit of an undercut here. As we now approach the end of the lap then, Pyro is now in the pits then as well. Korg stays out another lap, but the safety car comes out there, so that's going to bunch everything up, and that will certainly help Pyro, but I mean he would have stayed ahead of us anyway, but it's really going to help Psycho Swish as well, because as I said, tyre wear is quite good around here, so he'll probably be able to pit for the soft tyres now then and go to the end, so he's going to be right on this leading pack as well, so that works out quite nicely for him then. We actually decided to come in as well here to go for fresh soft tyres as well, because at this point I was thinking, I've lost the place to Psycho Swish here, so I'm going to have to, I may as well just pit now then. I should hopefully have the pace to get back up to the podium, and yeah, maybe we can even catch Pyro as well, because he didn't pit there. So this strategy here then, whilst it was a bit of a risk, I thought that the positives did outweigh the the risks here. So we are going to rejoin then in 6th position, but we should hopefully be able to recover some places then. Hoodrat is on mediums, so's Jake, so's Korg, because he made his pit stop there as well. So I'm hoping that I can overtake some of these cars, hopefully maybe catch up to Pyro as well, and hopefully maybe stay within 3 seconds of Swish as well, and we could still be in for a very good result here then. As we're heading back to racing now then, but everything bunches up actually between Vale and Club there. A bit of front wing damage there for Jake. I didn't see if anyone else actually picked up any damage in front of us there, but we're back racing now then. We've already taken the place off of Jake then, because he obviously had that damage there. I think Hoodrat may have a bit of damage as well. As we head towards turn 3, we just see the gap there, but couldn't quite make it stick. Maybe a little bit of lag on there as well, because it all looked a bit jumpy there, but running outside then, and it looks like we managed to take that position then. We're up to P4 already, so I do think Hoodrat may well have had damage there, because he was going quite slowly. But yeah, see just the way his car was jumping about there, I think there was definitely some more connection issues going on for me there, but nonetheless we managed to hold out around the outside and move ourselves up to P4, so that's exactly what we needed to do then at the start of this, at that restart. But already we've got Pyro and Swish pulling away then up at the front, and we really need to clear Korg as quickly as we can. It actually did take us a couple of laps to get onto the back of him here then and actually get close enough to overtake, so that has allowed him to pull away a bit at the front, but we're up the inside into Stowe and we are through and up into 3rd. Now there are penalties you can see there for both Swish and Pyro. Now it's only the 3-second penalty for Swish that counts there, because the other two were 10-second penalties at that safety car restart and they both got removed, so we have to ignore that. It's the 3-second penalty for Swish that we're focusing on there, which still could play a part here with us. We could still get second place here then, if we can stay within that 3 seconds. Of course we want to try and catch up to them as well, because obviously we've got these fresher soft tyres as well. Well, at least in Pyro anyway, we're on the same tyres as Swish, but just we didn't have the pace really. Nothing else happened after that. I mean, we saw from qualifying really that Pyro had more pace than me, and he managed to carry that through to the race as well. Then Swish, I'd imagine, would have been on the front row instead of me had he been able to qualify. So yeah, I think third place then is the best we could have hoped for here, and it doesn't look like we're going to be close enough to recover position through penalties. As we see, they were actually side by side to the line. It's not going to matter because Pyro has less penalties, but still they were side by side then through those final few corners, and it's Pyro that takes win despite what it says on the screen. It does say that obviously that we've won, but we haven't. We're third place then, and Swish wasn't even on the podium there because there was like a timing glitch because he left before the lights went out and then rejoined afterwards, so it's all messed up the timings there, but he'll be reinstated to second place in this one. So I mean, third place then, another podium for us in the season, so that is good for us then. Another consistent point score, and I hope I got this right because I got it wrong last time when I said it was Swish's first win, and it wasn't, but I think this is Pyro's first win, so well done to him for that. And yeah, he's ex-winner. As I say, Swish is not 6th, he's 2nd, we're 3rd, and then I assume it's Corgan 4th there ahead of Kev. So yeah, those are the final results then. Ignore what's on the screen. I don't have the standings with me yet, but obviously I'll put them on the screen if I've got them by the time I upload this. I believe the gap between me and Swish is 92 points because he got the fastest lap today. No, that's not right. 96 I should say, because yeah, he was 2nd, I was 3rd. Yeah, that's correct, 96 points. So yeah, we still got a nice healthy lead then, but as I said, he's very good at, you know, putting on a good run of form in the second half of the season, and obviously, you know, he had another strong result today. So, you know, it's still all to play for. I think we've still got, what, 10 races to go, 260 points then still to play for. So yeah, still all up in the air then until obviously we get to the end of the season. But yeah, that is it then for this race. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time.